Hi, welcome back to the Amoretti Test Kitchen. Today I'm going to make some keto sandwich bread, and I'll be using Amoretti's almond flour, our xanthan gum, and magic ingredient is the baked bread extract. One of the problems with being on the keto diet is the elimination of carbs, and for those of us that love bread, it's a little difficult. So with this recipe, you can have your bread and your morning toast. I started out by using all almond flour, but I found that the crumb was very moist and I didn't really like that texture. So I took out a quarter cup of the almond flour and I replaced it with a quarter cup of coconut flour, which is high in MCTs, and that's good for your digestion and it gives a lot of fuel for your body. So this made a much nicer loaf. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the eggs. I'm going to whip up these eggs. All right, so the egg yolks have whipped to a very nice full volume, and I'm going to drizzle in some butter. I've melted this butter, but it's had a chance to cool a little bit, so you don't want to put in really hot butter into your egg yolks. So I'm going to turn this on and I'll just drizzle this in slowly. Okay, so these are done. I'm going to switch out my bowl. Now this took about 3 to 4 minutes, so you have to be patient. Whipping these yolks to their full volume is really important. I've also made sure that my eggs were room temperature before I started. So that's important because you want to get the maximum volume from your eggs. So let's switch this out. You want to wipe everything down with vinegar because you want to make sure that the bowl and the whisk are very clean. They can't have any residue of soap or any kind of oil. Otherwise your whites won't whip up. And the other reason that you have whites room temperature is so that they will whip up and you'll have maximum volume. So I have a little bit of cream of tartar, going to add that too. All right, so we're ready to go again. These will whip faster than the yolks, but it will take a little bit of time, and I'm going to whip them a lot, so I'll explain it when they're done. All right, so these are done. This is how much I want them whipped. I want them to cling to this whisk, so they're very, very stiff. It's important to whip them separately so that you get full volume, because you want your bread to rise. All right, so I'm going to measure out our almond flour, and our almond flour is pre-sifted, so we're going to use 2 1/4 cups. All right, I'll set this aside. And then we're going to use some xanthan gum. This xanthan gum will give your bread a nice texture. So I'm going to use 1/2 teaspoon. All right, so now we've got our coconut flour and some SWERVE. This is my favorite sweetening, keto sweetening that doesn't leave any kind of an aftertaste. So I've got 2 tablespoons of SWERVE, a little bit of salt, and 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. So we can mix these together. All right, so now I'm going to measure in our baked bread extract, our magic ingredient, and I'm going to use 1 teaspoon. I'm going to put it into the almond milk. Our baked bread extract is amazing, and it makes all the difference when you're making a keto bread because it gives you the flavor and the aroma of your baked bread. And the taste is wonderful, trust me. All right, so now I'm going to fold in the yolks. Adding the yolks and the egg whites, you want to fold them in by hand, because you do not want to lose any of the air that you've whipped into these. All right, now I'm adding the almond milk, which has our baked bread extract. So just add that a little bit at a time, fold it in, and then we're going to add the egg whites very slowly. Fold those in as well. Just do this a little at a time. Again, just go slowly and fold this in. So as I'm folding in these egg whites, it's starting to get a little different consistency, more like a batter. It's amazing how much these whipped up, right? Okay, I think we are ready to put this into the loaf pan. I've lined the loaf pan with some parchment, but I didn't spray the loaf pan. There's no need to do that. And I'm going to put this in here now. Okay, all right, that looks nice and smooth, so I'm going to put this in a 350 oven, and it's going to bake for 40 to 45 minutes. You definitely want to let your bread cool before you slice it. Give it a good half an hour. All right, so this has cooled, and it is ready to be sliced. I'm going to get rid of this paper so you can see see how nice the loaf is. So you can see that the crumb is very nice, very much like regular bread, and that's important. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss out on any of our discounts, our recipes, and our giveaways. You can reach out to us on social media at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Amoretti.